You're not sneezing to bits down there? Not yet. We're sneezing up here. But that's okay. It's not COVID, so it's fine. And I'm on Team AstraZeneca now. Woohoo! How cool. No, seriously, it was much worse than I thought it was going to be because they played Whitney Houston in the waiting room and I couldn't leave. Seriously, I was sitting there in the waiting room. I don't know, you get the injection sort of thing, and I went in there, and I'd already had a panic attack in the morning and gone, oh, I have to go and get this thing. So I'd made an appointment to race in to see the doctor earlier that day, and she sort of said, what's the problem? I said, I kind of really freaked out, and I can't sleep, and I'm having nightmares, and like this, and I said, I think I just need something, just give me something to knock myself out. And she kept writing and tapping lots of notes into her computer, more notes, asking me more questions at the end, and said, well, that's nice, just come back next week. And I was like, aren't you going to give me anything? And she said, no, I don't usually hand out scripts on the first visit, what's wrong? And I thought, we're living through a worldwide pandemic. Like, seriously? I feel like saying they should be just putting scripts in everybody's letterboxes like a lucky dip. Just hand out the pills, for God's sake. So, I mean, it's not as if like, oh, yeah, what's wrong? I don't know, my cup of tea was a bit lukewarm this morning, No, I'm getting a new medication that alters, works by, DNA altering and stuff inside cells this morning. But no, that's nothing to worry about. It's fine. So, but anyway, I did it. So that's good. I had a panic attack, and the panic attack was worse than the actual injection. So it was fine. It does kind of freak me out a bit because I was always sort of anti-genetically modified foods, and not because I'm worried about eating a GMO tomato and sort of turning red or anything, but just because, if a scientist kind of got it slightly wrong, then tomatoes might take over the world. So, yeah, or hot dogs, exactly. Or labradoodles, I don't know. So... But it was funny coming out afterwards and sitting in the waiting room. They say, wait here for 15 minutes, so that we know that nothing goes wrong. So I came out and I was there sort of going, okay, it's in my bloodstream now. It's fine. And you're trying not to panic. And some lovely old guy came in and said, is this so you're doing the Pfizer here? And the lovely girl in the reception said, no, just AstraZeneca. I don't want the Pfizer. And she said, no, we're just only doing AstraZeneca because I'm not taking the Pfizer. I want the AstraZeneca. And she's saying, yes, we do the AstraZeneca. And he was so paranoid he went outside to wait on the balcony, and she had to run after him with the clipboard. Like, it's not just me losing my marbles. Like, everyone's, on the edge of panic. And so that was a moment of light relief, and we all sort of went, a bit of a chuckle through the waiting room. Oh, thank God, someone else is crazier looking than I am right now. And then on the great big screen that comes up on the wall, that's like as wide as the wall, it comes up saying, signs of blood clotting, in huge things, headache, heart palpitations. And I'm thinking, I've got all of those things. This is terrifying. So, how can you not lose your mind at this moment in time, slightly? The panic attack was worse. I did feel a bit like I'd kind of been hit by a bit of a lorry on Friday, but I had chicken pox, only less than 2 years ago. So it kind of felt like memories of that the few days before I came down with chicken pox. And that was way worse. That was like a total medieval illness where the doctor came over, and even the doctor sort of went and sort of backed away from the door and didn't want to come in. So it was nothing compared to that. So I'm still here. Oh, coming up? Well, that's a good question. I don't know, but I don't need to take ivermectin anymore, so that's good. I can throw out, the horse worming paste, so I don't need to do that anymore. No, I don't know. I've actually been taking, I had to recover from the shock of the first vaccination. So I sort of took a leaf out of my father's book and thought I'll just take it easy, and start dusting a bit. And this is straight out of my father's way that he did things. And I've learned, I came to the sudden realization, all those years I was, giving him SHIT for what he did, sort of thing. And now it's true. If you leave papers long enough before you look at them, they become obsolete. Yes! I just threw out piles and piles of paperwork. I mean, it has been weird 10 weeks of lockdown. So there's piles of papers, that have just been stacking up there. And I finally thought, well, I'll take it easy for a couple of days to recover. And I'll just potter around the house and dust a bit and tidy up. And I looked at all these stacks and stacks of papers and went, hey, I don't even need to even read these. They're already obsolete, and just chucked them in the recycle. So it was great. I know, to think all those years I used to, go after my dad and say, Dad, what are these papers? And he'd go, don't touch those, I haven't gone through them yet. Now I know why. They're in a pile for a long time. So I don't know, so I've done the tidying up and pottering around, and now I'm fully into the music writing, so it's really good. I'm working on the second album, and it's, touch wood, coming together really well, so that's good. Yeah, so that's cool. So, and I don't know if I told you last week too, because So High is going a bit nuts, and so we've had all remixes that are coming out in a couple of weeks for that. And an American, fabulous American person said, "Oh, we'd love you to play in an American festival, but we can't leave the country." So, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? The first time ever in my life I get offered to play, in an American festival, and I can't go. Anyway, so yeah, whatever. And John, you were interested too. I posted that thing this week too about in China where they've stopped kids playing video games. This is amazing. Online gaming. Yeah, they said you're only allowed to do online gaming 1 hour a day on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. My gosh, I could hear the collective scream from China. Couldn't you? Like, of all the kids having a total meltdown. They said it's peddling spiritual opium, quote unquote. So, yeah. Gosh, I wish the Well, it is addictive. It's totally addictive. I think, gosh, the generations before, they all, found out how terribly bad, poker machines are. But at least, all you lost then was your house. Like, with gaming addiction, I think they start playing it when they're, hunter's age, 7, 8 years old, and then they blink one day and their life is gone. Evaporated. And they don't even know where it went. League of Legends, gone. Minecraft, exactly. Yeah, so